Mark, what's the response from the players been like in training this week?
Very good. We've worked really hard this week. So yeah, the intensity of the week's been really good. I think the players have enjoyed it. In a way, it's good to get that monkey off our back of being unbeaten now, and we're not worrying too much about the unbeaten run. We can go and try and win some games.
Yeah, I suppose it had to happen at some point. Is there a selection dilemma in terms of telling the players to get back on the bike again and go with the same, or do you look to make changes? Where are you thinking along those lines?
It's just picking the best team that I think we can put on the pitch to beat Cheltenham. As we do in every game. So it's that would have been the same whether we'd have won or drawn.
You've talked about scoring a goal being the hardest thing to do in football. How far behind that is making the right decisions as often as possible? Because it seems to have been decisions of, in split moments have just sort of cost you at both ends of the pitch recently.
Well, the hardest thing is to win a game in football rather than score it, but that's probably the second most difficult thing. But, decision making under pressure is key, isn't it? And then that's what differentiates between the top players and the players further down the pyramid, and that's the only difference between them, in my opinion.
And as a coach, what advice can you give? I mean, can it be a case of players just trust your instincts in those moments?
No, as a coach, you can get the players into those real decisive areas as many times as you can. You can actually get them there, but you can't do the final bit for them, which is the bit that earns thousands of pounds a week for players.
How different do you expect Cheltenham to be? Because obviously it'll be a fortnight without a game for them, and presumably they'll have been working hard on the training field.
Yeah, I'm sure they've worked really hard. I expect them to be right at it. It's a local derby, pride at stake, everything that you'd associate with a local derby. And I'm sure Michael is saying the same as me. It's 3 points and that's it. But we're aware that it's a local derby, bragging rights and everything like that. And we'll be desperate to win it. Our players have done brilliantly well so far. We've got a base now to build from. But we now have to kick on.
You talk about the derby added extra there. How much do you feel that added extra in terms of everyone around the club and everyone connected with the club?
I think we try and keep it for me and the playing staff, football staff, the coaching staff. It's for us. We try and keep that. We try and keep a lid on that, and we work over at Chippenham and training. We're out of the way, and we just try to focus on the job at hand, and that's trying to win a game of football on Saturday.
Big day for Cole Winchester?
No different than any other day. He's done it already this season. He did it in the first game this season, and he did that fine. I'm sure Carl sees it as another game. Yeah, he's played for Cheltenham, but he's now a Forest Green player.
What do you know about Michael Duff?
I know he was a good defender. He's built a reputation now working with Sean Dyche at Burnley, and Sean's trusted him with his under-23s. And he's got coaching credentials now over the last few years that he'll be looking to put in place at Cheltenham and try and build a legacy there.
And from a personal perspective, thinking back to your days as a player, what were your favourite memories of playing in any derby?
I think the memories come only if you win, really. But it's like at the end of the day, it's just a game, and it's 3 points. But it's always better to win the derby than not.
Have you got a message to the supporters for this weekend?
Just get behind us as normal. The supporters have been good so far, and long may that continue.
Injuries. A few players were struggling when they came off at Sixfields. How are Ruben Reid and also Robert Sanchez, who got through the 90?
Yeah, everybody's trained today, so we've got a fully fit squad to pick from.